So this week, our premium Forex signals group have actually made a total of 296 pips of profits in the premium group on Telegram. So as you can see, my friends, this is actually the total number of pips that we could have made, including the signals which have reached the take profit number 2 and 3 as well. As we can see, we actually got rid of the minimum pips from the last midweek analysis video because it has just made a huge confusion to some of the members. We have received not less than 30 messages from clients inquiring about this, so we just got rid of it. As we can see, my friends, let me just scroll here and show you the results from the premium group on Telegram, and believe me, this is not easy to achieve. These profits are actually very good. Of course, we had here some losses, sadly, on Monday, but thankfully, of course, we have been able to recover immediately with the next few signals. Check this out, 3 signals in a row, each one of them hit the take profit number 1, making total of 60, and even this one here total of 80 pips in a row. So easily we have recovered the losses and made good profits with that. So as we can see, my friends, these are the signals, and I'm just showing you all the results without hiding anything. It's up to you now to judge it, because actually I'm not hiding anything. We admit that Thursday was actually a bad day, and that is again very normal in Forex signal service. You will have some losses, but however, seeing the losses doesn't mean ignore the profits. Look at that, we have here some very good profits, and thankfully we have been able to recover the entire losses that we had recently from these stop losses. Check this out. I mean, why do we focus on these losses and ignoring all the greens? It doesn't make any sense to me. So again, it was a very good week, my friends, and we have made some decent profits to our clients, and we are very excited to start sending you the signals for the next week. So please stay tuned and contact us, my friends, to join the premium group on Telegram. Believe me, seeing is believing, and I think the best thing you can do is testing the signals by yourself. So we are really excited to see you there, and hopefully you will contact our support to ask them to join the premium group. You can find the contact details in the description below this video. Contact them today, and hopefully we will see you there. So before we start the weekly analysis, I just wanted to mention something very important. On Thursday, we have sent the signal to start shorting the USD CHF from a certain level at 0.9569. However, this signal has indeed hit the take profit number 1, but we have noticed here unusual number of members wondering about this signal. Not only that, but our support have received also so many messages accusing us that we are faking the signals and we are liars and we are not honest. Of course, that's all rubbish talk and very bullshit. Xtreme trader, if it's famous about something, it's famous about being very honest and transparent with everyone. We are here to share the reality of Forex. We never fake or lie about our signals. There is no way on earth that I will allow that. As we can see, this is the signal from the USD CHF. We have actually sent the signal to start short from this level, and as we can see, the candle has reached all the way to the take profit number 1 at 0.9547. But what happened is some brokers, they had some latency in their servers, and as we can see in this broker, for example, without mentioning the names, as we can see that the candle did not reach the take profit level, which has actually caused to this confusion with the members. And they thought that we are actually faking the results of our signals. Of course, there is no way on earth that we will do that. Here is another broker. As you can see, the candle has indeed reached the take profit level number 1. This one is IC Markets. This one, I will not, of course, mention the names. This is also a third broker. We can see that the signal did not reach the take profit number 1 here. So it's not really our mistake, because we are using IC Markets, and in IC Markets, as we can see, and also this broker, we can see that the signal has indeed reached the take profit number 1. So the signal is valid and legit, and there is nothing fake about it. Anyway, we wanted to prove also, we wanted to show also the results from the midweek analysis. As we can see, the market has went in the right direction as I have predicted. Euro USD has reversed just like 6 pips far away from the entry and went in total of 130 pips. Pound USD has actually been triggered. As we can see, I'm very happy about this signal. It has actually reached the sell level and we can see that the pound USD has made indeed 160 pips of profit. AUD USD went in the right direction without that being triggered. USD CAD has reversed just like 7 pips away from the entry and went in total of 94 pips of profit. USD JPY, I'm very happy about it, really. The USD JPY is finally loyal to me. Look at that reversal. The market has indeed reversed exactly and precisely at the entry. That was amazing. That was very nice. I'm very happy about it. The USD JPY has made total of 155 pips. I really hope you guys have taken this signal and have enjoyed making the profits. USD CHF did not trigger our buy area. The gold has also did not trigger our buy sell level, but at least it has went in the right direction. So let's now check the market and let's see what we can do this week with the market. And of course, as usual, we will start with the Euro USD. So regarding the Euro USD, actually we need to get rid of the old signal, but still we are going to maintain sell for this pair. First of all, I want to go to the weekly chart. Now the weekly chart shows us a very strong sell price action. In my opinion, there is no way that the Euro USD is going to be bullish this week. It's going to be bullish only for a few pips, just to retest the broken support level right here. I think right here at 1.00840. I think that's going to be the maximum where we can expect from the market to continue to be bullish before finally continue the fall. So we can actually expect from the Euro USD to fall for about 135 pips till the lowest level of the support at 0.99835. So that being said, going back now to the daily chart. Now on the daily chart, we need to do something here. We are having here this resistance trend line, as we can see. And obviously the market has been actually respecting that level of a resistance trend line. So now if we want to check here the channel, exactly, yes. So we can see that we are having here a channel, and the Euro USD seems like it's actually gonna be continue the fall till it reach that level of the other edge of the channel, as you can see right here. So that's actually gonna be a potential direction for the Euro USD. So now the question is, where exactly we can start shorting the pair? Well, we have here several options. We are having here this resistance trend line, as you can see. Exactly. So this resistance trend line, actually let me go to the 4-hour time frame, so it's gonna be clear for you. Exactly, just like that. Just make sure it's clear like that. Yes. So by looking at the 4-hour time frame, what we can see right here, my friends, is the market has indeed retested already the broken support level at 1.00946, which was in the past a very strong key resistance level. Now pay attention, we already have right here a resistance number 1, which means right now the Euro USD is actually facing a previous support level right here. So it actually might make another pullback and continue the rise, and we are going to start shorting the pair exactly at the second attempt of the resistance, which is resistance number 2, which means we have to wait for the Euro USD to rise for about 52 pips before we can start shorting it. Now there is something, I have drawn here this resistance trend line, but I didn't tell you what we will do with it. So let me just draw it again, and let me just show you. The reason I have drawn here this resistance trend line is I'm about to drag it all the way like that, exactly like this. So we can see clearly that the market actually has here created a support trend line, which was in the past a resistance trend line. So we can actually expect from the Euro USD to continue the rise and respect that level as a previous support trend line to create right now a new resistance trend line. And that resistance trend line right here and right there is most likely going to be respected, since we can easily see that the bearish movement is controlling the market, which means selling the Euro USD exactly at that level at 1.00, let me just write it for you, sell at 1.00946 is going to be, in my opinion, ideal. And the target has to be right here, my friends, the lowest level of the support, exactly. Let's make it right here. It should be right here at least. at 0.99553, which means we can actually aim 100 and I would say about 140 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, this safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging higher than the previous support level right here. That's going to be the maximum, which means the safe zone will be ranging for about 60 pips only, exactly just like that, and the take profit level of 0.99553 of about 140 pips. That's everything for the Euro USD. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now move to the Pound USD. Okay, so let me just delete the old signal and let's see now what we can do with this pair. So again, go first to the weekly chart, and very similar to the Euro USD, the bearish movement is controlling the market, and we can see now the market is definitely going to be bearish for this week. So meaning the target has to be at least the lowest level of the support, where the market has actually closed at that level of a support at 1.16524, which means the Pound USD still has more than 180 pips more to go. So where exactly we can start shorting the Pound USD? Going now to the daily chart. Now on the daily chart, we can see that the the Pound USD is actually facing a strong support level at 1.18304. Now, at the opening of the market on next Monday, we can actually expect from the market to make a pullback, and guess what? We can actually start shorting the Pound USD exactly from the nearest resistance to that bearish breakout candle at 1.19694, which means we have to wait for the market to... Oh my goodness, that's a lot. Okay, I forgot I'm analyzing on the daily chart, sorry. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Actually, 4 hour time frame even. Let's go slowly to the time between the time frames. Okay, sorry, that's my mistake actually, my friends. I thought I'm analyzing on the 4 hour time frame. It appeared to be the daily chart. However, we need now to analyze this chart to understand where exactly we can start shorting the Pound USD. So the first thing we need to do here is using the resistance trend line. Why? Because we are going to short the market, so we need to use the resistance trend lines, not the support. So what I'm going to do is simply draw here a resistance trend line just like that. Fantastic. Now let's track it. So we have here the resistance trend line, and as you can see, the market has actually been respecting that level for quite a long time. Then finally we had here two support trend lines exactly on the same level, aligned along with this resistance trend line. Now, since the market has actually made here a very strong bearish breakout from that support trend line, now we can actually expect from the Pound USD to continue the rise again, and that resistance trend line is most likely gonna be respected and keep the position, which means we have to wait for the market to rise for about 55 pips before we can start shorting. So now, since we are actually relying on that resistance trend line, let's have actually more precise entry. So those who are actually following me for a long time, they know the rules. Since we are having here this strong bearish breakout candle, which by the way, this price action indicates a continuation in the momentum, so we can expect from the Pound USD to continue the fall. Anyway, we are having here this broken support level, and that tail, the bottom of the tail, is actually the nearest one to that bearish breakout candle, which means we are going to start shorting the Pound USD exactly from the same level. That being said, we have to look at the left just to confirm if there was a strong resistance on this level, and as you can see, we had here a real level of a resistance, and we had here a false breakout. So that's actually enough. We don't need to look further. Sell the Pound USD at 1.18792. And let me now see the target, my friends, since we're actually aiming the lowest level of the support right there, exactly right here, which means we are actually aiming, I would say, about 100 pips profit from this signal. Take profit level at 1.17790. However, for the safe zone, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging higher than this nearest resistance to our entry at 1.19246, which means the edge of the safe zone is going to be about 46 pips only. There goes our signal for the Pound USD. Let's now move to the next pair, and let's now take a look at the AUD USD. Okay, let's now delete the old signal for the AUD USD, and let's now see what we can do with this market. Now, the market actually is facing a very strong support zone right here. So the market actually is testing this level and is facing trouble to break out from it, considering that in the past, it actually has been a very strong support zone as well. But if we check the weekly chart, however, the weekly chart tells us that the market has already reversed at that real level of a support. This was actually a very good idea to start buying the market, because considering the candles, we had here a real level of a support, real level of a support, false breakout, then again a real level of a support has been respected. So buying right here was actually excellent. But this candle, the last candle, it was a very strong bearish candle. For the whole week, the AUD/USD has moved in total of about 250 pips in negative, which means this level doesn't seem it's gonna be able to hold the position for a long time. So the AUD/USD most likely is gonna continue to be bearish, but in my opinion, the target has to be right here, the lowest level of the support, exactly right here at 0.67650. The AUD/USD still has more than 116 pips to go, and as you can see, my friends, in the past, this was a very strong key support level, and seems like the AUD/USD is actually gonna continue the fall till it reaches that level, because this was the real level of a support, and this was a false breakout, and now we had here the first attempt of the support, which was the real level of a support. Then we have right here a second attempt of the support, and we can easily see that the AUD/USD most likely is going to continue the fall till it reach that level of a real support. So now going to the daily chart. Now, let me just tell you something. Where exactly we can start short the AUD/USD? Now, the daily chart has just proven to us that the bearish market is very strong. Check this out. The whole week, AUD/USD has closed as a red candle for the entire week. Even more, we can see total of 6 candles have, five candles. So meaning for the entire week, the AUD/USD was bearish. That means that the sellers are actually controlling the market, and most likely, I don't actually expect much of a pullback because the bearish movement is way so strong. So meaning we are just expecting from the market to make a pullback just for a few pips. I think for about 34 pips, that's going to be enough. We just need to confirm that this level has actually been a very strong resistance in the past, and as we can see, we are having here the real level of a resistance and a strong level as a support, and this was the real level of a support, then false breakout, real level of a support, false breakout, real level of a support, then final breakouts. Now, we need to consider that we can start shorting the market right here. However, for the safe zone, it shouldn't actually be ranging higher than the resistance right here at 0.69699, which means the safe zone is going to be ranging for about 60 pips. Meanwhile, the take profit level, we cannot, of course, select random levels. The take profit level has to be right here, exactly right here, my friends, for a simple reason. This was a real level of a support. Check this out. On the daily chart, this is daily, we are having here a real level of a support, then false breakout. The market has tricked us. We thought that the market has made here a bearish breakout, but no, it was a false breakout, and the market most likely is going to continue the fall till it reaches that level of a real support, which means the AUD/USD still has 120 pips more to go. So let me just write you the signal. Sell at 0.96100. Sorry, my mistake. 69100. And of course, a take profit level as 0.67907. And there goes your signal, my friends, for the AUD/USD for this week. Hopefully, it's going to be a good signal, and hopefully, we will make good profits out of it. Let's now move to the USD CAD. So looking now at the USD CAD, let's just delete the old signal and let's see now what we can do with this pair. So looking at the weekly chart right now, my friends, we can notice that the USD CAD has actually managed to break out from the real level of the resistance at 1.29495. Pay attention. This was a real level of the resistance, as we can see, which has been recently or sorry, in the past, a very strong key support level, and then has been breaking out from. Then let's track it. So we have here a real level of a resistance, again another real level of a resistance right here as well, and right here. Then we had here a false breakout, then another false breakout, and currently the market seems to be able to break out from that level of a resistance. Now someone might tell me, but isn't this another false breakout? Well, I doubt it actually, because the trend is actually rising, as we can see, and it seems to me like the USD CAD has indeed managed to break out from that level of a resistance. Not to mention, of course, that we have here also a resistance trend line. And guess what? Yes, indeed, the market has actually made the retest of the broken level of a resistance trend line. So we had here the resistance trend line, and then we had here the bullish breakout from it, and then we can see that the market has been retesting that level of a resistance trend line. Now, seeing all these movements and the trend is actually rising, it seems to me like the USD CAD has indeed managed to break out from that level of a resistance and is going toward the highest level of the resistance right here at 1.32288. So meaning, most likely the next candle on the weekly chart is gonna be a bullish one. So now going to the daily chart. Now on the daily chart, we can see clearly that the nearest, look at that. The daily chart says it all. So we can see here the real level of the resistance, which we have talked about earlier, another real level of the resistance, which has been breaking out from, and again, the strong bullish breakout candle. Now, the normal behavior of the market is gonna make another pullback, and the nearest support level right here is most likely gonna be respected, and in my opinion, it's gonna be a very good idea to start buying the USD CAD right on the same level of the support, since it's actually the nearest one to the bullish breakout candle. Which means on the daily chart, it seems like we have to wait for the market to fall for about 37 pips before we can start buying it. Let me just get rid of all these trend lines, and let's now go to the 4-hour time frame. Perfect. Check this out. On the 4-hour time frame, we can see that this is the bullish breakout candle, and right here we can see that support number 1. The market has already retested that level of a support, of a broken resistance, and that level of a support has already been respected. So now, based on the current movement, we can see that the market right now is facing a resistance right here at 1.29908, and we can actually wait for the market to make another pullback and falls all the way to the same level of the first support to create support number 2, which means we have to wait for the market to fall for about, I think, 37 pips, or with 37 pips before we can start buying the pair, and we can keep the trade running till the market reaches the real level of the resistance at 1.30730, because as we can see, this was the real level of the resistance. Meanwhile, we had here the false breakout, and then we can expect from the USD CAD to continue the rise till it reach the same level of the real resistance. And I believe this is going to be happening by Wednesday, and well, I think most likely we will send the signal to start shorting the USD CAD from that level, aiming all the way to the same level of the support. But of course, that all depends on the price action given. We have to wait for the market to give us some price action to confirm this theory. So therefore, buy the USD CAD at 1.29495 and keep the trade running till the market reach the real level of the resistance at 1.30770. Now for the safe zone. The safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging lower than this level of a real support. Pay attention. We have here a strong real level of a support, which recently was a strong real level of a resistance. As we can see, it was a support right there as well, which means the safe zone is going to be ranging for about 50 pips only. And there goes your signal. Sorry about that. There goes your signal, my friends, for the USD CAD. Let's now move to the USD JPY. Alright, so USD JPY has again been very loyal, and I'm very happy about that, and let's hope it's gonna continue being this way. Anyway, let's now take a look at the weekly chart, and let's see what we can expect from the USD JPY. It's very obvious that the next movement is gonna be bullish one, and the target eventually gonna be right here, the highest level of the resistance at 138.853. The support right here at 131.622 has actually been a very strong level of a support, and the market has successfully retested that level of a broken resistance right here at 131.200, and we can see that the market indeed is going to continue the rise. On the weekly chart, this was a very strong bullish engulfing candle, and it seems to me like the market has indeed managed to break out from that long-term resistance at 135.566. Let's now move to the smaller time frame to see it in more details. I want to go to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, it's most likely we have to wait for the USD JPY to fall all the way to that very strong key support level at 135.566. I can actually give you the signal to start buying the USD JPY at that level of a support, but I just don't see this is happening for one single reason. A simple reason, sorry. Let me just explain it to you. So first of all, if we draw here the Fibonacci retracement, we can notice that the USD JPY is currently above 61.8, which has confirmed that the market is indeed going to continue the rise. However, if we look at the bigger picture after drawing the Fibonacci retracement, what we can see right here, my friends, we can see that the market here has created a real level of a support, and then a false breakout. You have to look at the bigger picture. These principles works on every single time frame. It doesn't only work on the 4-hour or daily chart. It works on all time frames. So, seeing that the market has indeed managed to actually create a real level of a support, then the bigger picture was actually a false breakout, and then the market has indeed managed to break out from that level. From that level, all of that tells us that most likely the USD JPY is going to continue the fall till it reach the same level of the real support, and after that is going to continue the rise. So the purpose of drawing the Fibonacci 61.8 was simply to identify the levels of support and resistance, and also to confirm if the market indeed is going to continue the rise. So don't worry about that, because the USD JPY can easily reach 125 pips. Now the USD JPY is even worse than the gold. One single candle can cause the pair to fall for about 231 pips. I mean, even a regular candle, I mean, not something because of the news. I mean, just a normal candle like this one right here. This red candle was alone 150 pips. I mean, it's so normal. We have to wait for the USD JPY to fall for about 128 pips before we can start buying the pair. That's gonna be, in my opinion, a perfect entry, and I'm personally going to wait for it. So that being said, take profit level right here. The buy order is gonna be at 135.566, and the take profit level of, let me just be more accurate and realistic, of course, 137.947, which means we're aiming approximately 234 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging lower than the real level of a support right here at 134.628, which means the safe zone is ranging for about 92 pips only. Again, we are talking about USD JPY, which means it's actually going to be normal value for the safe zone. So that's everything for the USD JPY. Let's now move to the USD CHF. Alright, so let's now delete the old signal for the USD CHF, and let's see what we can do next with this pair. Actually, there is not much to be said about the USD CHF. If we look at the weekly chart right now, the engulfing bullish movement is very strong, as we can see. And the market now is going to be bullish at least till the market reaches the real level of the resistance right here, or the highest level of the resistance, sorry, at 0.96672, which means the USD CHF still has about 80 pips more to go. Now, going back to the 4-hour time frame, we just need to, we actually have identified already the take profit level, but where exactly we can start buying the pair? The answer lies exactly right here at that strong support level, exactly at 0.95438. Pay attention. This was, my friends, a real level of a support, a false breakout, then real level of a support, then pay attention, another false breakout. Yes, this whole structure is another false breakout. And the market seems like it's gonna retest the same level of a resistance, which means we have to wait for the USD CHF to fall for about 44 pips before we can start buying the pair again. So meaning, the take profit level is gonna be 0.96672, which means we are aiming about 124 pips profit from the signal, and the buy order will be placed as 0.95438. Again, I have to remind everyone to never ever set any pending orders. Make sure that you are waiting for the price action that confirms our entries and analysis, and then after confirming it, please proceed to buy the market and just hope for the best. And of course, for the edge of the safe zone is gonna be ranging till the lowest level of that, another real level of a support as 0.94957, and we had here also another false breakout. And the thing here is that the market has already retested that level of a real support. So I really highly doubt that the market is going to be able to reach that level. Most likely is going to continue the reversal exactly at that level of a previous resistance and the creation of a new support, and then we can start buying the pair. The edge of the safe zone is going to be ranging for about 50 pips only. Meanwhile, the target is 124 pips. That's everything for the USD CHF. Let's now take a look at the gold. So the gold, of course, looks so bearish as well. Most likely the gold is going to continue the fall very soon, sooner than you think. Let me just tell you something. We have actually drawn here this resistance trend line in the last week, and all I'm going to do is simply drag the very same resistance trend line and place it on the strong key resistance level, as we can see right here. Perfect. So let's pay attention. This was a strong key resistance level in the past, and as you can see, it has become a small attempt of a support trend line and another attempt of a support trend line, and recently has been breaking out from. So this was the bearish breakout from that level. And now let's pay attention to the details. We are having here a very strong key support level exactly at 1754.52. Now, most likely the gold is actually gonna continue the rise. Actually, I will tell you something honestly. I believe that the gold is gonna continue the fall instantly at the opening of the market on Monday, because we don't have here any strong key support level or a resistance to rely on for the pullbacks. We are just hoping for the market to make another pullback right here. Well, let me just tell you something, because we are having here also a support trend line just like that, and we can actually expect from the gold to respect that level of a support trend line, and then it actually might make a pullback. But that's actually just a theory. We're just hoping for it. The gold, actually, my friends, is hard to predict this week. All I'm saying is that the gold is gonna continue the fall. That actually was something is I'm 95% sure of. I'm not sure of about the entry, because we don't have, again, a strong resistance or support to rely on. Most likely the gold is going to continue the fall, but however, the target, however, which something we can all agree on, is going to be right here, the lowest level of the support at 1714.10. That was, my friends, in the past, a very strong key support level, and it was also then a false breakout and again a real level of a support. So meaning the gold is definitely going to continue to fall toward that level of a previous support. But the question here is where exactly we can start shorting the pair. Now, of course, we cannot predict much on the gold, but we are just giving you the perfect entry possible. And we are just hoping for the market to respect that level of a support trend line, and after that is going to make a pullback, and that previous support level and this resistance trend line altogether is going to be respected again and retested, and we're hoping to start shorting the gold right here. All I'm saying is I think that the gold is going to continue the fall instantly at the opening on Monday. But however, we are going to wait for the perfect entry, even if we have wasted this option or this opportunity. I don't really care, because we have so many other pairs to give us even more profits. So Gold for the short at 1754.52 and take profit level at 1714.10. I believe that's going to be a perfect signal for the gold. However, the safe zone shouldn't actually be ranging higher than the real level of a resistance at 1770.21. If the market has been able to reach the edge of the safe zone, then that means that this signal is no longer valid, since we are actually relying on that resistance trend line. So that's everything for the weekly analysis. I really hope it's going to be a profitable week for everyone. And again, my friends, don't forget to hit the like button. This is something I should have said in the beginning of the video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and share the video. Hopefully we can get a bigger audience, and hopefully we can actually gain more views to the videos. Anyway, don't forget also to check out the premium group. Again, seeing is believing. Don't listen to anyone from the haters. Join the group and judge it by yourself. And believe me, it's going to be an experience that you will appreciate. So in the end, I hope that it's informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.